Give me a tomahawk. Just something else. Something else that takes a little more effort.
Welcome back to Nostalgialand.
Let's play that bump.
Let's get that bump.
Ping, 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 ping.
Welcome. My goodness.
Hi.
Hello again. Happy spooky season. Is this the third week of spookies? I love how I have my computer here. I can just answer this question. It's the fourth week of spooky season. My God. This is a long ass month. I feel like I've just seen skeletons in everyone's yard for like a year now.
It's good.
You got to enjoy it while it lasts.
It's true. Yeah. A lot of people
very soon it's going to be turkeys and stuff. And then Target's going to try to make it Christmas before it's even December.
Already.
If you go to Home Depot, they already got that stuff out.
Of course they do.
Actually, I went to
my daughter was walking through there, and she sees there's like a 5-foot Mickey Mouse that sings Christmas carols, and she's like, Mickey Mouse, and then she turns around, there's a Goofy, and she's like, Goofy, and then she sees Santa Claus, and she goes, Grandpa.
For those of you who don't know, her grandpa looks like Santa Claus.
He has a great big bushy beard.
He's got a big old beard. He's a very calm disposition, when you meet him. Anywho, so welcome back. My name is Matt. I'm, of course, joined by Trey and Tyler. We are Nostalgialand. We talk about everything from 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and today, anything we're kind of passionate and nostalgic for. So come on in, take a break, sit down with us, because today, like the title says, we are rewatching the better sequel of most sequels. Like I think I said that last week. Ghostbusters II, 1989, 5 years after the first one and My Birthright movie. So they said, hey, Matt's getting born. We should release the second Ghostbusters so that he has something really cool to talk about in 36 years.
That, Ghostbusters 1 was in 84 when
when you were born. They were like, hey, Tyler's coming around.
let's release one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
Someday these guys are gonna have a podcast. Let's release these damn.
Someday they're gonna want to talk a lot of shit about a lot of movies that they grew up with. Here we are now. So yeah,
good sequel, but in my opinion, inferior to the original, because the original is so hard to top.
Yeah.
Of course it is, but how could you make a sequel that's better than Ghostbusters? Like, it's one of the best, and the advantage that Ghostbusters the original had over the second one is it wasn't trying to follow the cartoon that was super popular at the time.
Oh, that's true.
And they didn't there's no the joke that Bill Murray has in the first one that's so great when he's like, yes, this man has no dick. Like, they can't do that in the second one because of the cartoon, and they're more fashioned after the cartoon. Like, Slimer completely changes his look.
Yes.
And they kind of cut a lot of his stuff out, but he's super fat, and he just stuffs his face. He's eating Rick Moranis's lunch in the firehouse.
He doesn't try to eat them anymore.
Right, exactly.
No,
and he was stuffing his face in the first one, but it was like in a spooky, scary kind of way, not like he's like their dog.
Yeah, he's like a mascot.
Well, wasn't
he
he
hangs
like
around the
raiding
firehouse.
the bar in the hotel in the first one? Don't they find him
bar
like
and like
bar?
the food
cart,
and
the a la
cart?
carte?
Yeah, he's the first one that they catch. He's the first one that flies around. They're like, what was it? Did you get it? And he's like, oh, we just got it right here. They start charging the guy, and he's like, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to pay that. He's like, oh, well, we'll just put that right back.
Yeah.
He's like, I loved this one, man. And rewatching it, honestly, there were some more moments in this one that I was like, oh, that's pretty spooky, dude. Like, I don't know if they just figured it out, but I know it's PG, but even still, I was like, dude, that's a little creepy. And I was looking over at my kid, and I was like, are you all right? And she's like, yeah, it's not bad. She's like, I can see it's really fake. And I was like, you have no imagination.
Also in your closet, got you.
Spoiled rotten with these graphics and the CGI.
Yes, it is. So before we begin, I did want to bring a couple things up to you guys. I wanted to some things that I noticed this week. So every Halloween, I think we're all big fans of The Simpsons. I think, that also our birthright. But they do all the Halloween specials. So I was watching a Halloween special, and then like an episode or two, like after or before that, is the one where Homer Simpson is like, I'm going to gain a bunch of weight so I can go on disability. And so he starts going. They're like, okay, you got to eat this, and they go to Dr. Nick. Hi, Dr. Nick, and then he has to like he figures out like anything that like causes paper like to go see through or clear is something you need to eat to gain weight. So they're sitting at Krusty Burger, and they take a burger and they start rubbing it on the walls, and they start seeing through the outside, and a bird comes through. But anyways, the big thing that I was like, oh, holy shit, this is bad, is he's just trying to get to 300 pounds. Homer Simpson to be clinically obese to the point that he gets like, what's that called? He gets a check and he gets to work at home. Disability.
Obese. You're talking about morbid obesity?
Yes, is 300 pounds.
Nothing.
That is
he's also like
nothing.
5'4", so
I imagine that's it. Yeah, I imagine Homer Simpson must be like 5'2", because that to me would be like 300 pounds on a 5'2" person. That's
be like a 300-pound little person. Like that would not be good. That would be very bad. Yeah, now we have a show about people who are double that amount of weight.
Easily double that amount of weight.
Life.
Yeah.
Remember the Learning Channel? That's what TLC used to be called, the Learning Channel.
I mean, that's technically still what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I think they legally changed it. The Learning Channel operating as TLC.
Brought to you by viewers like you.
Yeah,
they're like,
right.
we can't claim to be learning anything on this show anymore.
Brought to you by Lard.
Honey Boo Boo.
Dancing.
Dance moms, everything else. Yeah, we're not
how much crap can we fit in this house? Hoarders. Extreme hoarders.
Buried alive.
Buried alive. Hoarders buried alive.
Oh my gosh. Talk about another horror show. That show gives me anxiety. That makes me want to like, I don't have a lot of stuff. As you can see, that makes me want to throw things away. Yeah, so the other thing, and this is not my original idea. This is something that somebody sent me, and they were like, you need to talk about this on the show, because I think this is a problem. Since it's spooky season, the Monster Mash. And the song we all know and love as the Monster Mash.
Yeah, it doesn't have that great of an orgy.
It's an orgy.
It's an orgy. It is
they're doing the mash. They're
absolutely
doing the Monster Mash.
an orgy.
They're doing white smash.
I pulled up the lyrics and it's the second verse. From my laboratory in the castle east, wow, to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. You know.
Yeah, they got to get that vitamin D somehow.
The ghouls all came from the humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the mash. They did the monster mash.
The Monster Mash.
It is with.
They did the graveyard smash.
It's like Poker Face. If you look up the lyrics to Poker Face.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah. No, we talked about this actually. I'd been saying that for years. I was saying that for years. Go back and listen to our old episodes.
Just musicians trying to get past the censors. Like, heck, what can I get past it?
Yeah, it caught on in a flash. They played the mash. I can't get over it. Go, ladies and gentlemen, just take a moment. Pause us. If you're driving, pull over. Pull up the lyrics to Monster Mash.
Driving,
right?
Get off the road.
Get off the road before you do this.
Maybe
because
hey Siri, what happens in the Monster Mash?
I did see in Ted that show it's on Peacock. I really want to start watching it. Ted, it's supposed to be the
bear?
Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, Ted the Bear.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be them and Donnie. Yeah, that's my bear.
Stolen my bear.
When they're in the 80s and stuff, and they go through this whole spiel one time where they're like, the Monster Mash is the song about the Monster Mash, but the Monster Mash is not the original song of the Monster Mash. See, this song explains the Monster Mash. So somewhere out there is the original Monster Mash song. And it's just, that's fucking brilliant. Dude, that made me laugh so much. Oh God. Okay. So anyways, on to it. Ghostbusters 2, man. We start out, or as I like to call it, Ghostbusters, The Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah,
we're pretty obsessed with ooze, dude.
In retrospect, you do get like Ninja Turtle vibes from this thing. Like, hey, we're going down a sewer and there's ooze.
That's one of the. I mean, Bill Murray had a lot of problems with coming back to Ghostbusters, but one of his biggest issues once the movie was done was how the ooze is like the central character of the whole movie, and the Ghostbusters are kind of background.
Yeah.
To the ooze.
It does take kind of like a hard turn. You're not really sure who to put focus on. Like, it's sure that like, okay, there has to be a thing like a catalyst that pushes the evil villain or does something, but the ooze definitely became a central element to it, and there was a lot of focus on it. Like it has more screen time than the actual villain, but we can get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
he talked about too how like the special effects kind of took the movie over.
The actual villain's caught in a painting for 85% of the movie.
I'm trying to actually look up when he actually comes out, and I'm scrubbing through as we're watching here. Oh my god, it is way towards the end.
When Vigo comes out of the painting?
Yeah. When Vigo actually like emerges.
Yeah, it's the climax.
It's not till there's only 20 minutes left in the movie before they actually like.
Oh, the only reason I laugh at stuff like that is because the main villain of this movie is a goddamn pedophile. Like, just get some senses, dude.
He's trying to be reborn as the child.
Sure.
He's trying to come inside him. Wait a minute.
There it
is. He's not trying to molest the baby.
I want to enter that child.
The premise is odd when you argue it that way, because it definitely has its problems.
Have you seen those things where it's like explain a plot of a movie badly, and it's like main villain and side character can't steal for pedophile.
Right.
Steal baby. It's Gordon trying to steal baby for pedophile.
Baby from pedophile. Oh Lord. Yeah, so anyways, we're catching up. I love the way this movie starts, though, because you're just kind of catching up with everybody. It's been 5 years. I mean, the hit of the first Ghostbusters is huge. So the movie starts, it opens up with Dana walking with pushing a stroller down. Dana, sorry, not Dana. Dana pushing a stroller. Oh, that's right. That's why I'm thinking about that. Still Sigourney Weaver, which I love that every like original person came back and was like down for it, because if you tried to replace any of these people, this would have been a complete flop.
So there were talks of replacing Bill Murray with Ben Stein.
Shut up.
Ben Stein is in the movie though.
Yeah, he's got a cameo in it, but because Bill Murray is part of the reason that it was 5 years between the first and the second, and why there was never a third.
Until
Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis,
yeah,
were trying to get a third one going, but Harold Ramis, we talked about this before on one of our other episodes, but
I think the first
on
episode.
the Ghostbuster, where they had a big time falling out, Bill Murray and Harold on this movie, and they didn't talk really for years and years.
I'm surprised they didn't just like kill him off.
Well, that was one of the stipulations for if he did a third one, and he knew they wouldn't, so he kind of had him.
So you're saying the stipulation was that Bill Murray would be killed if they made a third one, that he would be a ghost?
I don't know if he would come back and they would die in the movie, or if he would have been killed off, like, in between.
Isn't that why Harrison Ford did the new Star Wars movies?
I think it was part of the contract, part of his agreement for coming back.
He wanted to die since the very first Star Wars.
He was in interviews and he's always like, I thought Han Solo should have died.
Dude, we would have never gotten I love you.
I know.
No. Family Guy does it better.
Go fuck yourself.
No, it's I love you. Fuck off.
Fuck off. Yeah.
Oh,
they don't make those shirts. What the hell?
Yeah, seriously.
You won't see that at the Disneyland Wars place of stars and Star Wars. So anyway, so Dana's walking down the road, and she's pushing a stroller. Very nice. Like, this is like the Bentley of strollers, man. I was like, where are people buying these things? Yeah, it was like the stroller.
Peter Pan in it, Hook.
Yeah, that's the one. Peter. So she's walking and she accidentally rolls over the ooze that's coming out of the sidewalk crack. And
call it the slime, because that's what they call it in the movie.
Oh, they call it slime. You're right, slime. It's the slime. I want to look up when Ninja Turtles 2 came out, which I think is 91. So it's the slime. Slime comes up, she rolls over it, and immediately the stroller gets possessed and runs off without her. The one problem I had with the scene actually has nothing to do with anybody who's actively playing in the scene. It is the woman in the background who's in full ski gear, who I guess is heading to that mountain in Uptown that no one mentions.
New York, man.
It's cold, but she's in it's full ski gear with skis and the sticky things. I don't even know what you call them. Look, I'm doing for the
ski poles.
Is that it? Ski poles?
Yeah, they're ski poles, and I've never seen snow.
Just as a caveat to that.
I think for people who've listened to the show enough, they know where my education lines. where it lines up. It's not practical, folks. I'm sorry.
I know words.
I know, yeah. I know some of these words. I know some of these words. But yeah, so that kind of kicks everything off. So Dana has this horrible experience where her baby Dana. I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna start putting money in a jar.
That's gotta be like the tagline for the episode, like
Dana.
Ghostbusters, the Dana Barrett story.
Parentheses I like yeah. But that kicks us off. That's what happens is that she has this paranormal experience, and that's kind of, she then goes to seek out why this happens. But it's great how it rolls out that you think, oh, these are the Ghostbusters. They're still like the most popular, cool people. They're successful. No, they're not. They're doing children's birthday parties.
Yeah, they're completely defunct. It's actually super depressing.
It is. Yeah.
The best part of that is they go and they do the theme song, and then they get to the who you're gonna call, and all the kids go, He-Man.
He-Man.
The little backstory there, it's oh, sorry, my light just died. I was like, what was that? God? Hello, God.
Shut it down.
The funny part is that there was a big toy war going on in real life between the Ghostbusters franchise and He-Man. And so it was kind of like a nod to all that. And the He-Man cartoon was going on at the same time as the Ghostbusters cartoon. And I think the cartoon was called The Real Ghostbusters.
Yes, yeah, because there was some weird knockoff one that like when the success of the Ghostbusters first one came out, they're like, oh, we're gonna have our own cartoon show, Ghostbusters, and it had like a monkey and a dune buggy, and like really like it kind of referenced and stole some ideas there.
Dune buggies, yeah, those things
yeah, those things are intense. Hold on, Trey, get up to your mic. Let me hear you again. Say hello.
He was whispering.
Okay, there you are. Oh, you're whispering. Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, oh no, we're losing Trey.
He was doing it in the background. No, just my light, everybody. No worries.
I was like,
I could probably plug it in, but whatever.
No, you're fine, man.
Yeah, you gotta get the clapper.
If you want to come see how Tyler looks, come check up our YouTube page at Nostalgialand.podcast.
You can watch me change formats.
Yeah, just contrast.
Mid-sentence, dude, that freaked me out. I thought I was having a stroke.
How many podcast hosts does it take to change a light bulb?
Hey, this is no light bulb, okay? This is like a fancy dancy, like, this is a real deal light. We have some production value, okay? Even though I am on my iPhone because my laptop took a shit right before we started recording. It's pretty incredible that I could do this on my phone, though. I gotta give it to him.
Quick, someone keep bailing water. We're gonna save this sinking ship. Hurry.
Seriously,
let's keep bailing. No, I loved it. One of the funny little cameos there that I thought, oh, this is really cool that kid said. Jason Reitman's, who is the son of
Ivan Reitman, the director.
Ivan Reitman is the kid who's like, hey, my dad says like you guys are kind of full of shit, like you don't see ghosts and all that. And Jason Reitman then went on to direct the Ghostbusters Afterlife. I believe that's the one he got to do.
Oh, is that the newest one with Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd is in?
No, so yes, those are the newer ones. Because we have
the Frozen Tundra one too, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, like, Frozen Empire.
There it is.
Frozen.
Is that the one with the girls?
No,
no. That's it. All female Ghostbusters.
Feminist. I think you're rubbing that old virgin. I got you.
Let me do that slower. It's like, oh no, it was sorry, folks. Just look it up on Instagram. Yeah, this guy was harping on people who were like, "You're gonna do all female Ghostbusters," which honestly, it was funny, dude. I liked it. It was an okay. Check it out. So in order, it's Ghostbusters 84, Ghostbusters 2, which is 89, and then about 27 years. Am I doing math right? I think I am. Ghostbusters, and it's just that, which was 2016. And then we had Ghostbusters Afterlife, which they completely abandoned the middle Ghostbusters with that amazing cast of people in 2021. And now there's Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which was all right.
Finn Wolfhard's in that, right? The kid from Stranger
Things. Yeah, he is. Yeah, the kid from Stranger Things is in it. Yeah. So he gets to play one in Stranger Things. He was a Ghostbusters when they're in one of the Halloween episodes. And then he actually got to be a Ghostbusters. I mean, that kid's living the dream. Oh man.
And then
So
Sigourney
yeah.
Weaver's baby goes on like the roller coaster ride from hell.
Yeah, Froggers.
Yeah.
Froggers across the road,
Midnight
stopping
Express.
just before getting creamed by a bus.
And it's the evil man trying to lure this baby to the museum so he can take
But
over.
you don't know yet what
Yeah.
it is.
Right.
I just
like it's not too much after this that they reveal
The painting.
Vigo and his nefarious plot through what's the actor's name that is like the curator
I shall
guy?
get him. I shall get him.
It's the guy who plays Mad Hatter in Batman.
Peter MacNicol.
Yeah.
MacNicol.
Dude, and he comes up with his accent on his own.
Dr.
He
Paul.
because it's from Carpathia, and he's like, it's like Eastern European, so he kind of came, and he's like the funniest part of this whole movie.
He is the best
to
part of this
me.
movie.
Like, he is hysterical. Him and Rick Moranis, because Rick Moranis, man,
He's my
he
favorite
is awesome.
character in both movies.
He's so awesome. But
he's definitely an underrated actor because he was in our last week's film with Addams Family too as the camp directors,
the camp counselor.
Yeah, as the camp
So
counselor.
you're not talking about Rick Moranis now.
No,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
McNall.
So we're talking about Peter McNoll.
McNoll.
Yeah.
McNichol? I don't know. Peter.
Yes.
Anyways,
I know his name's weird. It's hard to say.
It is. I don't even know what
I think it's McNoll. I think the I is silent.
Interesting. But man, he's been working solid. I mean,
Mhm.
solid since the early 80s, dude. He is in almost several productions, almost
Dude, a
every
lot of
year,
people,
dude.
like Kurt Fuller's in this movie, who plays the guy from Wayne's World.
Oh yeah.
Like the network guy.
Yeah,
He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's great at just being an asshole, just so slimy, wormy jackass of a person. Like his little smug expression when he thinks like, I got him. He can't say anything. I'm just gonna do what I want. It's fine.
So good at that. Just looking like you want to slap him.
Punch. Yeah, just something.
Mhm.
So he does this great. So Peter McNoll.
We'll just call him. What's his name in the movie again?
Janosch.
Yeah, we'll just call him Janosch.
Yeah.
Janosch. Yeah.
Dr. Janosch Polha.
Polha.
So he's working. So Dana and him are working together at the museum, and they're restoring art, which is pretty cool because they were actually doing it like and that's how
I was going to ask you,
restore art.
Is that how you actually do that? Like as someone with an art background? Okay.
Yes, that's exactly how you do it. It's super time consuming. I was asked one time if I wanted to be an intern at the art museum in Gainesville, and I saw what they had to do, and I said no. That looks super boring. Now, however, I am subscribed to several Instagram accounts that do it, but they speed it up.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's like watching those dudes that clean carpets.
Dude, it's the best.
Suck my life away.
It's the best, dude.
That and the guys that clean like really dirty car.
Yeah, dude.
Especially if the exterior and the interior are gross. Oh,
so
you got me.
Man.
You got me for however long this video is.
I'm so glad I'm not alone on that. That's
so cathartic.
I've thought for years. It's just
the carpet
me.
ones though. It's my favorite to fall asleep to.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the like.
But it's also kind of ridiculous how dirty those carpets are. Like, where are they
I'm sure they
finding
Dude, that guy's going to like dumpsters to find.
Okay.
Like,
and then
he's going to like landfills.
Yeah,
to
and
find
then he
these
has
carpets.
like mud outside of his warehouse, and he's still carpeting the mud.
I was like, there must be at least burying these at the bottom of a lake for like a year, and then like just seeing if he finds them, like magnet fishing the shit out of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So Janosch. Janosch. So we find out he's got the hots for Dana, but he's got this hysterical accent that it's so hard to place, and you're definitely right. It is something he comes up with because it's very.
He made it up.
It's like in between like Swedish and Russian. It's like it's like towing the line between.
Yeah, it's this weird Eastern European thing, but he literally came up with the accent himself. Came in, they started working, and Ivan Reitman was like, "Yep, perfect."
Awesome.
Like, you nailed it.
I mean, he does it so great because it's not just the accent. He has such an attitude, like a little kind of like, I'm a little sassy guy, kind of like
he's very smug.
He's walking through the museum and he points at this woman and he goes, everything you're doing is bad. I want you to know this. And he just keeps walking. He's like, oh yes, okay, carry on. Be very careful with that. Like no one is on his level. And then he gets to Dana and he's like, oh, you're doing very, very good work there. And he plays off this it's the constant smiling for me with him. He's just like, yeah, oh no,
He's very uncomfortable.
Yes,
Very
that's
uncomfortable.
it. Thank you. And that's where we get the great moment where I was like, oh, okay, this genuinely creeped me out as a kid. It still creeps me out now. Where he goes up and he's standing next to Vigo the Carpathian. He tells him, put it in the the foyer, whatever it is, under the arches. And it's just it's a simple effect, but just the head of Vigo starts pushing through the painting, and just the way that was done, it looked very practical in my opinion. I don't
Reminds
think
me of like Paranormal Activity, where they're like coming out of the TV screen.
Yeah. Super creepy. Still creepy today. And this
What's
movie's
that
only
movie we
PG.
did? What's that movie we did where like the guy's in the house? It's like the
I'm
ghost.
gonna need a little more.
It's like a ghost.
Is there a dead dad or is there not a dead dad?
No, it's the Michael J. Fox movie where he goes.
Oh, the Frighteners.
Frighteners, yeah, the Frighteners, yeah.
There's the guy in the house.
Yeah, there's a guy with a face. He's got a nose.
There's a dog that plays basketball somewhere.
Is there a dead dad in this story? No, but there is a dead wife.
Oh,
that's horrible.
Oh, I love you, Trey.
Sorry.
I would have done the same thing. Like, what's that movie we did? The guy and he does a thing.
There's a dude and he's got hair.
I watched it on a train. You guys wouldn't know that, but I know that.
Yeah. I was very uncomfortable. Had several terrible bowel movements the night before. It was awful.
It's funny,
so it is like the Frighteners. Yeah, just that weird push,
like
how they went through the wall.
Yeah.
It's such a good
effect. Dana goes to Egon, like who's working in like a university again, and he's studying the effects of emotion on the physical environment. And he has these two people behind one-way glass that they're there for marriage counseling, and he's slowly jacking up the temperature. He's like, I got it up to about 93 degrees.
Yeah, and they've been in there for 2.5 hours.
And
as they're talking, the assistant walks in and tells them it's going to be another half hour. Would they mind waiting?
And the guy blows up. He got like, oh, this is great.
And the funny part is, he keeps the character so consistent through both movies, where it's the slightest change in emotion from Egon, and he's like so happy. Like he like, and then writes some notes, and for him that's like he just freaking won the Super Bowl. He's so excited. Then they go over to the other class, and the little girl has got the doll, and he's like, they talk for a little while, him and Dana, and they're talking about how the stroller just took off by itself, and could they take a look and whatever. And as they're talking, he like leans over to his assistant. He's like, let's take the doll away.
The puppy.
The puppy. Oh yeah, it's a puppy. That's right, it's a puppy.
It's like, let's see what happens when we take the puppy away.
Yeah.
But so she's in there and she's all concerned and she's freaking out, and it's a great way to introduce like their relationship status, where everyone is just kind of where stuff is, kind of landed. Because I'm sure everyone, when they started this movie, they were like, oh, like I bet Dana and Peter are married, and Peter Venkman are married, and they probably have a kid, so this might be his kid. And then to come to find out, it's like, no. And she does a great, just a little monologue of like, I got married and I had Oscar, my baby, and I thought, we got divorced, and then I thought, okay, maybe I might give Venkman a call. And the moment, like you're talking about, the subtlety of Egon is when he goes, she asks him, like, does Venkman ever ask about me? And he goes, no, and then scans her to see if that was like an elemental change.
Yeah, is she happy? Is she not happy?
And it's like, because it's a great control, like, or not a control. It's a great
like a variable.
Thank you, to add her into the experiment. And I was like, oh, it's logical. I was like, oh, he did that on purpose, because he knows, like, well, let's just make sure this thing's actually working. No, pointer. Oh my gosh. So she asks, for Stance and Egon and Zeddemore. Well, Winston. They just go by Winston, to kind of start looking into it. And so they go off to his bookstore.
Yeah, because they talk about how they don't really talk to Peter.
Very
often.
And then because he has a late night, like a Nick at Night style show where he interviews people who think they're psychic.
Right. He's got two people in the chair who are like, when's the end of days? And one of them's like It's the end of
on
this
New Year's
year.
Eve. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It'll
December,
be New Year's.
New Year's. And then the other girl who she's like, it's the end of the world, February 14th, 2016. Yes. And he goes,
His only response is Valentine's Day. Bummer.
Such a Bill Murray line.
Valentine's Day.
And so then he goes off the air and he's like walking through and he's like, where do you find these people, man? He's like, well, nobody really wants to come on the show anymore because everybody thinks you're a fraud. He's like, I am a fraud. And then the mayor walks through and you get your first interaction with the guy you said is just so good at being a douche because he's trying to talk to the mayor. He's like, he's an old friend and I want to say hello. And he's like, don't touch him, blah, blah, blah. He was running for governor next year. And he's like, I'm a voter. To lie to me and kiss my butt.
He like puts a hand up on him, like, because he's like, hey, mayor, good to see you. And like this guy comes out and like stiffs arm him out of the way and be like, hey, who do you think you are exactly? You gonna talk to my guy? No, you're not talking to my guy. He's up for election.
He's like, remember when you got sued by the city? And he's like, well, we did a job for the city a few years back and they stiffed us on the bill. We're still waiting to get paid.
I'd be pretty pissed too, actually, about that because actually to set him up for at least 5 years of work.
Well, and then when they go to the firehouse, you find out that they've been sued by like every municipality and every like individual like city has sued them in the state of New York because of the damage that was done by Gozer.
Gozer, the destroyer. Are you a god? No. You did. It helps if you go back and just watch both of these folks.
So he finds out that they're going to Dana's by grabbing Dan Aykroyd's ears and like twisting them.
Yeah. It's interesting too that I forgot to mention when we were talking about the Jason Reitman being the kid who talks smack to him. His daughter Catherine is holding the puppy.
Oh, that's funny.
No way!
I didn't Oscar see that. His kid too? Did we go 3 for 3?
No, actually, Oscar is twin boys who are now like graduated college and they're like in their 40s, 30s.
They're 37. They're my age, dude.
But yeah, that's exactly right. But maybe 38
I could have been that.
They had to film.
Yeah.
But they're the nephews of John Denver.
Yeah, I just saw that here on the database.
Yes,
John Denver's full of shit.
Sunshine on my goddamn shoulders, John Denver.
You'll light my country music award.
Well, one of them, Henry.
My ass on fire.
Man, sorry to be a bummer, but Henry unfortunately passed in 2017. What the heck?
Okay, so he's not 38.
Yes, but his brother is still around. Yes, his brother is still around. So that's what the DB's got on him. He's still about. So yeah, dude, that sucks. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's
bye.
Sure. Okay.
So
hope you enjoyed this one.
That's what we get for doing nostalgic movies, man.
Sometimes
they gonna be around. Like when we get to Father of the Bride, I'm gonna be real sad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it's funny because like just thinking about that now, these twin babies, I was like, oh, this was like almost how old I was when this movie came out, and watching these babies go through this. Go through this spooky movie and be like, oh, that could have been me. Oh, that could have been me. I could have been the spooky baby who gets taken away by the spooky man. I'm raising my camera.
Then they investigate her apartment and they find out like.
Well, they don't. We haven't gotten there yet because she goes home.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, Oscar, I'm gonna give you a bath, and then we'll go to sleep." And while they're in there, like getting all ready for the bath, the slime starts coming out of the spigot, and it's so gross.
Did that happen before? Because they haven't. They haven't
no,
found the Ripley.
That's way after that. Yeah.
Yeah, because Egon has the line that the only reason I remember is because it's one of my favorite lines in the movie where they go into the Oscar's room and he's like, oh right. Wow, so much joy.
I forgot that they went in there first.
My parents didn't believe in toys. And Aykroyd's like, you didn't even have a slinky? He's like, we had part of a slinky, but I straightened it.
Well, it's like you were saying, Trey. They're at Venkman's. Ray Stance's bookstore, which is like the occult and all this stuff, and he's wondering. And one of the books that Peter Venkman asked him to get was I just had to look magical paths for fortune and power. And I just love that he was looking at that. He was like, great, put this on my tab. But that's where he like squeals it out of him and was like, who are you working for?
Yeah.
Who? And
We're just gonna go visit an old friend.
Yeah. Who?
And you could tell that he wanted to say like, you don't have friends. Like,
Who are you talking about?
It's so weird because Dan
here.
Aykroyd, like in real life, he's super into all of that, the occult and like.
Isn't he like a
he
ghost
was?
hunter?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think his father was. But he's like the reason that Vigo the Carpathian is the main protagonist or antagonist of the movie.
Don't tell me this is based on something real.
No, it's kind of a conglomeration between Vlad Dracul and Grigoria Rasputin.
Okay.
That Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah.
Vlad, yeah, a little bit, yeah, but maybe just in name on that. But he is just this horrific figure of history.
Bring her.
Yeah,
that would creep me out. It's like, oh no, this was based on everything real, but it is still based on real scary
yes,
shit.
this guy named Steve. I went to college with him.
Oh, good. Remember Theodore Bundy? What was with that guy? Whatever happened to him? Let's look him up on Facebook. Oh,
have you guys seen the Monster series on Netflix?
I did watch
we talked about this.
We did.
We did the Ed Gein.
I did watch on the Ed Gein. It is really
creepy and gross,
difficult to watch.
Into the Geiner.
Yeah,
it's difficult. You don't watch it on a giant screen TV.
They take some liberties with the Ed Gein story, from what I've heard, like of the historical stuff.
Yeah,
but that dude that's from Sons of Anarchy, I can't remember his name, that plays Ed Gein, he's such a great actor.
He is methodically
He's super creepy and weird.
Yeah, it's hard to.
And they're going to be coming out with I think we talked about this last week, but Lizzie Borden and then Ted Bundy and then Edmund Kemper.
Yes.
So it's going to be cool to see what they do.
I watched the whole series. I kind of binged it like everywhere, and I got to the end, and it is kind of like a culmination of how all those guys spawned from Ed Gein's ideas. So go give it a watch. It's great. It's really cool how it's all connected.
That's where like Leatherface comes from. Like all these horror movie classics kind of come out of the Ed Gein story.
Man, what is time to be like talking about this? Because I mean, it's perfect for Halloween. If you need something really creepy and hard to watch, go check that out on Netflix.
You don't want to sleep for a freaking week.
And if you need a great podcast to listen to about all that stuff, and you like dark humor, go check out Last Podcast on the Left. Those guys have been around forever, and man, they've given me some great laughs over the years.
I actually haven't listened to any of their episodes. I need to check them out. So Last Podcast on the Left. Give them a shout.
Yeah, and like at the end of every episode, they're kind of dark. Like it's dark humor. It's funny, but they like say "Hail Satan" and like.
My God.
Yeah, but and at the end, so one of them says "Hail Satan," and he's like a Satanist, but like it's more of like a play on his like atheism or whatever, and he's into like obviously the occult and stuff because he talks about all this horrible stuff.
Yeah.
But the part of what they do is like they demystify these guys. Like because when you break it down for real, like Ed Gein is like messed up in the head. He's not like a terrifying guy. He's just like a simpleton who killed people because he was messed up in the head and he thought like, oh, she's evil, she needs to die.
Yeah.
It wasn't like and they basically take it and they're like, these guys are idiots, and they stumble through all this stuff. There are exceptions to the rule. Like Ted Bundy was kind of a terrifying dude. Like, he was very methodical and did horrible things, and the only reason he ended up getting caught in the end was because he went into a berserker mode and like went crazy at Florida State and killed a bunch of girls in a sorority house.
Oh yeah.
But there's and at the end of every episode, one of the guys says "Hail Gein," because it's just funny. Like it's very, very funny, the show, like the way they tell these stories, and like one of them is a comedian who does voices, and some of them are hysterical.
I need to check them out.
You should check them out.
On the Left. So after they basically twisted out of stance to give them where they're going, they said we're going to Dana Barrett's, and so I love it that they get there and like they're all kind of walking through, doing their thing. They're, and like, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, good to see you. She's about to close the door, and Bankman just like busts through, and we go like, well, you told you wanted me back, and I guess I accept that. he just immediately it goes into like, I have needs. I have feelings. Like, I need to be loved. I need to be cared for. It's just hysterical. Like, I can't imagine that was in the script, or that was just Bill Murray just
riffing.
just riffing through
tells
it.
The baby, he's like, well, he's ugly.
Yes.
Was your dad ugly? But anyway, the apartment is clean. Like, there's nothing wrong with the baby. They don't get any readings in the room. So he's like, oh, show us where the bassinet stopped. I want to see where the stroller stopped. So they go there, and he's like, I think we hit the honeypot, Ray. Like, so they pretend to be construction workers, and they're digging a hole in the middle of
jackhammering the street in the middle of downtown New York City.
Middle of Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue, dude. Yeah.
And so they get like, a cop comes up, and they tell him like they're from the phone company. He's like, oh, you're busting my balls. They got me on a freaking Friday. You guys, are you holding me up? You can hold up my guys. And Egon like doesn't know how to respond. He's just like, yeah. And so finally they get deep enough to where they're like, somebody needs to go down there, and they all look at Ray.
They all just look over at Ray like.
So they put him on like,
he's like, what?
Metal cable, and they put him in, and that's where you see the river of slime. It's this purple slime that's just running in an old abandoned subway station under New York. And the idea is that it's all of the negative emotion that like New Yorkers have. So it's like 3 million pissed off people, and all their negative emotions are just feeding this slime. So he gets a sample, but they get arrested for like lawful destruction of property, like all this stuff.
A bunch of things. Yeah, dude.
The introduction to Rick Moranis, because they use him as their lawyer. And he's like,
and the entire courtroom scene is riffed.
It's so funny too.
It is not,
everything he does is just off the dome. From
when he
Rick
does
Moranis.
Like Tully, who's Rick Moranis' character, he's like, guys, I don't know if this is such a good idea. I got my law degree during night school. I do mostly tax law and all this stuff. And they're like, we'll be fine. And his opening statement, because they cause a blackout, because on the way back up from the sample, he hits a power line, and all of New York is dark. And he's like, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, it's not really fair to call my clients frauds, because, the blackout affected everybody. I was in an elevator for 2 hours, and I had to make the whole time, and I don't blame them, because one time I got turned into a dog, and they helped me out. Okay, bye.
Okay, thanks.
And Egon's like, very good, Lewis. Short, pointless.
So funny, man.
Nothing would have been better if they tried to replace anyone out of that. Like, he's just Rick Moranis is so perfect as that guy. He's hilarious. But part of the blackout is in the blackout is when Vigo emerges, and he turns
He hits Janus with the death stare.
Poha.
Yeah.
He hits him with the death stare,
with, like the fucking lightning bolts out of his eye howls.
Yeah, he does, and he's like, "Command me, oh Lord!" He's like bending down, and he's
that's the funniest part to me, is how he's getting like kind of possessed by Vigo a little bit. Yeah, but he's just so excited and happy the whole time, and he's like, "But can I ask you one thing? You want the baby? Okay, we'll get you the baby. But can I ask you one thing? $40 for pizza? No, Can I have Dana?
Yeah, can I have
my wife?
Yeah,
like
he's like, she's got
all right, mom. Yeah, like all right, we can do that.
All right, sure.
But it's funny because the Ghostbusters are basically the judge is throwing the book at him. He's like, I don't believe in the paranormal, and this is where you figure out that the slime is feeding on the negative emotions, because it's brought in as
evidence,
yeah.
And they have a court order not to practice paranormal. That's where you figure out that they're not the Ghostbusters anymore, because they have a court order that they can't practice like paranormal activity.
Busted.
They're not supposed to be. They are ghost busted.
Can't be busted.
Well, you shouldn't be busting in a courtroom, at least. That's not good etiquette.
But you can't bust in a courtroom.
That's true. As well.
He's doing all this screaming, and basically the slime erupts, and 2 ghosts of people that he gave the electric chair come flying in and start terrorizing the courtroom.
Ray's reaction to that.
How in the middle of it, Ray, like, they're like taking people, and he's like, do something. And he's like, no, we can't. It'd be a shame if we violated that court order again.
He's like, yeah, that's right. It's a restraining order for that blue paper that lady gave me. And if they pick up and they start helping you, they'll be exposing themselves. And Bill Murray immediately into it.
You do
You
not.
don't want us exposing ourselves. The other best part of that court scene, though, is the whole time that Rick Moranis is like interviewing Bill Murray on the stand. Bill Murray's just kind of like under his breath is kind of like, we weren't trying to do anything wrong. They weren't trying to do anything wrong. They were just, we're just trying to help out.
He's like coaching him through it.
This is really good. He's like, what is it? He's like leading the witness. He's like, you're a witness. He's like, yeah, got him, Rick.
Well, and
Like,
the best
awesome.
part of that is he gets cross-examined and he does that whole speech where he's like, there's things in this that are beyond human comprehension. And he goes into this thing and the prosecutor's like, so you're saying that the world of the supernatural is your exclusive area of expertise? He's like, kitten, what I'm saying is shit happens. We got to deal with it, and somebody's got to face it. And who are you going to call? And the whole crowd is like, Ghostbusters!
What's that?
Yay! And then they're like, why'd you drill a hole in the middle of First Avenue? He's like, First Avenue has so many holes, I didn't think anybody would notice.
Yeah. Oh, man, in New York, you touch anything with their roads. Or like one time I bumped into a trash can, and I almost knocked it over. I was trying to take a picture or something while I was walking like an idiot, and man, this cop on the corner just went, hey, look around, buddy. And I was like, all right, oh yeah, sorry, because he's like, don't even knock over that trash can, bro. I was like, okay, all right. Yeah, they take all that seriously. They're gonna
So then
notice.
after they capture the two ghosts, you get the scene of them like putting all their stuff, they're like the gearing up scene, like the Batman suit scene, put everything
Batman
back
suit.
on, and they
Without
capture
nipples.
Speaking of which, really quick side note, tangent. When this movie came out, it broke records for highest box office, only to be beaten 1 week later when 1989's Batman
That's
came
right.
out.
Wow. Justice.
with a side of spaghetti.
What do you want for dinner, honey?
So they basically, you get the montage of them and it's like, we're back, baby. And what's her name? The receptionist. You get Janine.
Yes,
You get a shot of her and she's like, Ghostbusters, how can I help you? And she looks like
And they changed her style.
Yeah, she looks like Edna Mode with red. Incredible. It's like,
Yeah, they
Oh,
changed
she
her style
does.
to fit the cartoon version.
Yeah. She gets into it too. Like, it's hilarious. That
She's
like,
awesome.
Ghostbusters,
In both
yes,
movies.
We're back. Yeah.
no, she's
Yeah,
Perfect character.
she's so funny.
And the funny part is like they're in a commercial for the Ghostbusters. It's
Rick Moranis
and
and
her in the bed, and he's like, "Oh my God, this ghost is back. We're moving." And he's like, "We're not moving. He's moving."
Yeah. Here's who are you going to call? Her accent choice in this, Annie Potts, is absolutely hysterical, man. She's so funny. Wait,
and
is
then
she
so
the
you get
same?
the montage? They catch like the runner in New York, and they catch all this other stuff, and that's when you start to get the whole Vigo lays out his plan. Like, I need the child, and he asks, well, can I bring the woman? And so now the goal is to steal the child. And
yeah, he's going to be reborn into Oscar's body.
Yeah, and so Venkman asks Dana to go on a date with him, and Tully and oh my gosh,
Janine.
Yeah. But the pink slime in the bathtub.
That happens.
I'm scrubbing to when that happens.
That happens right after the court thing.
Do it
or before?
It's got to happen before they go to her apartment.
Yeah.
No, because they go to her. They go to her house and check out her apartment, but it's before they go on the date.
Yeah. No, this is after the court scene, because it cuts from the court scene to her like going to put the baby down and have a bath, and the ooze starts coming out of the.
Because they go to.
I got it here.
Okay.
They go to the court. They do the courtroom. After that, they do the Ghostbusters montage. Who are you going to call? And that's when they start running experiments on the ooze, and they're talking about it. They pop it in a toaster.
They got it in the toaster, and it took 4 different robotics guys to make the animatronics make the toaster dance and make it look realistic.
Yeah, it's a brave little toaster.
I love how they realize, like, where they're like, oh, check this out. It's like, it's your love lifting me high. And he's like, what am I watching here? And all of a sudden it's like, pop, 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 pop. And then he's like, "You're so stupid. You're an idiot." It's like, he's super freaking out.
Oh, this is our new line for Christmas. So, and he's
I
like,
love-
people hurt themselves. He's like, no, we put a little disclaimer on it where we don't have any liability.
You were fine. I love that they allude to they're like, yeah, sometimes we talk to it, we say nurturing things to it, and like immediately and my question too, Peter was like, you guys don't sleep with it, do you? And they all like
looks down.
slowly look at Egon, and Egon's like, let's run some more tests. But yeah, so after the toaster, they go back. He goes to pick up Dana from or check her out at the museum where she's working.
Yeah.
And that's where she's like, oh, like this is this creepy ass portrait of this horrible person. And Bill Murray's perfect timing of that. It was just like, oh, well, he just misses his kitten. Let's just paint one of those in right there, right here at the bottom. Let's put a kid. And Janos again is like, no, funny man, you don't get to be here, no. So sorry, I ran on.
And he does the whole picture thing where he's like, give me mad, give me angry. And then he's like, I've worked with better, but not many.
Yeah, that's when they're all there checking out the painting, right?
And then they go after bathtub scene, yeah.
Okay, after bathtub scene.
So they
go back to the museum after.
Yeah. So then it's bathtub
she's staying
scene.
with Venkman now.
Yeah, so they're in the bathtub, or they're getting ready to go, and like the slime starts coming out, and it looks like if bubble gum was liquid, and it's just like it's like pooping in the tub. It looks like worm poop or something. It's weird. But then it cuts away, and when it comes back, like the whole tub is filled, and all of a sudden I'll never forget being a kid and that scene where the slime starts to rise out, and it's got like this weird like mouth look to it, and the whole tub is like bending and moving, and it's like, oh my gosh, and it's coming for them, and she freaks and runs out, and she goes to Peter's.
I was pretty terrified of taking a bath for a while after seeing that. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Our parents used to put a bubble bath, and it was like pink, and I'm like, nah.
No, thank you.
Chill with that.
You could leave that out this time.
Yeah, it's gross.
I was like, when it starts coming out the faucet,
I'm diving in that. Let's go, dude.
When
Peter puts the baby in the Joe Namath
and he tells
jersey.
Him, gotta learn self-control.
Yeah, don't soil Joe's jersey.
He's like, I got this from a girl. We're not gonna ask why she had it.
Yeah, how she got it.
We're just gonna enjoy it. But man, when that purple, like you said, when that pink slime starts coming down, I was like, I kind of want to touch it. I kind of want to know what it tastes like, but I also don't want to touch it. I don't want to, but I kind of do. It feels it's like a nerve.
And then he gets
well, while they're at Peter's getting her all safe and situated, the guys go to her place, and they're checking out
everything,
the apartment, and there's no sign or no rhyme or reason to it. And after that, they realize like it's in the sewers, right? And they leave, and they go back to the museum to check out the painting, all as a group, as the Ghostbusters. And this is the scene that they cut this side plot out, where when Dan Aykroyd gets up as Ray gets up on the stairs or the ladder, and he's taking the close pictures of Vigo's face, and all of a sudden he's like, oh,
he got hit.
Yeah, and basically like what the side story was that they ended up cutting out of the movie was he's possessing Ray, and there's a whole scene that they cut out where Ray, possessed by Vigo, is driving the Ecto-1 and driving it super crazy all throughout the city. And they're yelling at him to stop, and it ends up with, I think, Winston having to punch Ray in the face, and he crashes the Ecto-1. And that's where, like, at the end of the movie, it makes a lot more sense when we'll get there, but like what Ray does in this scene, it makes a lot more sense.
Man, that's great. No, I really wish that was still a part of this. That would be great.
Venkman convinces Dana to go on a date, and he gets Tully and Janine to watch Oscar. Like that's what he calls them over to do it. And they go on this date, but in the meantime, the other three Ghostbusters are going into the sewer, and they fall into the slime. And they all immediately
wait,
get out of each other.
You can't jump that far ahead because this sewer scene is fantastic.
This is where
when they're going down there.
PG is
this. Yeah, when you're going down there, and he's like, and Winston's like, what is this? He's like, it's old retired subway lines, like train lines. And he's like, do you guys hear that? He's like, what? He's like, it sounds like a train. He's like, oh, it must be like above us or below us. And he's like, you sure? Sounds pretty close.
Mhm.
And man, he turns around and that train is barreling down the tracks right at him. And the other two guys dive out of the way and he just stands there screaming as the train passes right through him. And it's a ghost train.
Yes.
And Egon jumps out and he's like, oh man, they look like the old 1912 whatever.
Yeah.
Did you get the numbers on it? And he's like, no. Oh, I missed him. Like he's like white as a ghost, like a black, like white as a ghost, and he's like, he looks like he just crapped himself.
Probably
And he's
so
asking
good.
about the numbers on the train, and
That
Ray
rolled-
says like, "Hey, there's a hole over here. I found it."
Yeah, and then
That rolled up. Actually, that's based on real. There's real abandoned train stations. A lot of them have
I
been
bet
like
there is.
have been like kind of shut down and stuff. But there was a couple of guys I knew who were like invited me one time. They were like, do you want to go see them? And I was like, how do we get to them? He's like, well, you have to go down this one track, like, and it's really dark, and we'll bring flashlights, but we can't use them too much because if the police see you walking, like you'll get arrested. It's really bad. And I was like, no, thank you. But they showed me, they had pictures of it where they snuck into these abandoned stations underground New York City. And I think my biggest question with this movie was just honestly like, how did the ooze end up in New York? Like, why is it New York? And then honestly, with New York being New York, it's like, it just kind of has to be like, it's such an old town. Like no one even really knows where like ground level is anymore, because some of the subways or the train tracks, my understanding, please, if you're listening to this, you're like, that's bullshit, man. Correct me, drop it in the comments. But my understanding is like there were some trains that they then built over the tunnels over them that were on ground level. And so that then became, and then they built the street on top of that to make some of the first subways. And then that's where that came from. So there's like elevation changes, from the top of Manhattan to the bottom of Manhattan. And so there's where's the dirt? Where's the actual ground? It's like, you don't really know anymore because it's so layered and layered and layered and built on top of
I
each other.
wonder if in this movie, if they had taken like a left instead of a right, if instead of finding the river of slime, they would have found the Ninja Turtles living in their underground subway. They're like,
Why-
you guys smell pizza?
Smell
with
pizza.
anchovies.
What's that? Wiseman said something is divide, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Pizza guy's got 30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, then they find the river of slime, and
while they're on this date,
yeah, and the wall.
they busted
But
this super
he-
nice
he-
restaurant.
what's his name?
Winston? Yeah, Winston.
He's like measuring to see how deep it is, and he's like, all right, 3 feet, 6 feet, 12 feet, and both the other guys are like 12, and he's like, something's got it, it's taking it, and it's just like whipping the measuring tape out, and then the next thing you know, like boom, he's in the slime, and the other two guys are getting pulled right in with him, and they come out of the slime out of like a manhole. And
Yeah,
they're all
covered
covered
in
in it head to toe because they just got out of the freaking. It looks like they got like just snot all over.
Yeah,
them.
it's gross.
And they're screaming and yelling at each other, and they're about to start fist fighting when Egon's like, "Wait, take off your clothes!" And without thinking, they all just strip out their clothes into their long johns, and they realize that the slime was what was making them angry and like wanting to fight. So then they go running into the restaurant where
he's like, it's pure concentrated evil is what it
Yeah.
is. Just makes everyone go insane. He's like, oh great, well let's just package this up for Christmas.
mhm.
Yeah, and that's when they go in the restaurant and they start flinging their arms. They're doing this great thing where there's like slugging slime everywhere and people are getting hit by it and they're like, oh god. And that's the police escort them out, and so of course they go to downtown, they go to the mayor, they're trying to explain their case and everything. The mayor's like, listen, I really don't want to hear about it. And that's where that Hardemeyer,
Sleazeball Slimehead.
Kurt Fuller, who plays Hardemeyer, is like, oh, I know exactly what to do with you guys. And he like institutionalizes them. He sends them to the downtown
Bellevue Mental Hospital.
Yes, the insane asylum, which actually I looked up and I was like, are there really like psychiatric hospitals like within the city limits? And there's like 4 of them. If you
Of
Google
course. Has to be.
Manhattan, and you do psychiatric wards. I was like, oh, I thought that would be like, kept like kind of like in the country or something like that a little bit. No, they're right there.
All them
They're just
psychos,
downtown.
you got to be able to put them somewhere quick.
Yeah, immediately. But yeah, so they're in the psych ward, and it's great because they're doing this whole bit where they're trying to talk like, no, like there's slime underneath the city, and it makes us really angry, and it made our toaster dance. And the whole time, and they're being interviewed, which is great, by Bill Murray's brother, which is hysterical.
I thought it was Bill Murray in like dress up until I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, it's his brother.
Yeah, it's his brother, Brian Murphy, who I think is Brian Doyle Murray, yeah, who's also a part of he's produced several cartoons in the 90s. That's my understanding, so correct me if I'm wrong. But it's great because they're giving this explanation. They're being really thorough too, obviously not insane or having any issues. And Bankman's got his head down. He's like, and he finally pops up and he's like, do you believe in any of this? He's like, actually, I just met these guys. I don't know what they're talking about. But as I think you're getting to where they're babysitting Oscar, this poor baby, and they were like, well, maybe we should stay after it's been like a rough and tumble kind of night. And it's the creepiest scene. This like threw me because I would freak out. The baby, like the window opens. It's asleep and it opens on its own.
Right when Dana comes home from this weird encounter with the Ghostbusters at dinner and everything, and Janine and Tully are like getting ready to do it on the couch.
Mac at it, dude. Like, he had to tuck it in the waistband and move on. Like, cause jeez, bro. They were going hot and heavy on that couch.
He told Oscar to give him to fall asleep. He's like, so the Seven Dwarfs had a limited partnership in a small mining operation. This person came and they bartered for room and board for housekeeping services, and it was a really raw deal because they didn't have to pay income tax or nothing. But I think for the parts of the story, it's okay. Story. Okay. Well, and Janine's like, well, he was having a hard time going to sleep, so we just gave him some Mediterranean pizza, and he knocked right out. You're like, this is not even a 1-year-old.
And Dana's like, okay. And she goes, I'm just gonna check on him. She goes in there, and he's out the window.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, looks out there, and he's like walking along the sill, and as he's doing that, this like ghostly figure is coming out of the sky like Mary Poppins but riding a bicycle.
That part weirded me out.
Pushing like
a stroller.
It's pushing a stroller. It's not on a bicycle.
But the music grabs you. The music in this is like, oh, that's unsettling. And it's coming up. It's really eerie. And then you get a shot of the face of this ghost thing.
It's the dude.
It's Jonas.
It is.
Yeah, because he's his like minion.
It's Jonas as a weird ghost lady.
He's in drag, and he's amazing.
He's got glowing red eyes.
Glowing red eyes, and then I love that, like, it was a great solution to the practical effect, because then they would like to measure, okay, then the apparition comes and it gets this close. Like, I figured like it must have been like a great solution to be like, well, it's just easier if he stays there. And then we just have this arm reach out, this psychotically creepy arm reach out and grab this baby, and then you just see it kind of like dump it in the basket, and then it flies away. And I thought, oh, that's brilliant. But God, why do they keep mispronouncing it? Janosz? That's it, Janosz.
And he takes him back to the museum, and then that's when
it was weird that he was the ghost drag baby person.
That's when he creates the like dome of slime around the museum that like nobody can penetrate because everybody in New York's pissed off.
Yeah.
And that's
when he calls forth that evil, like all hell breaks loose in the entire city, and like ghosts are like ghosts are everywhere, and they're running all over the place. And then it cuts to my favorite scene in the movie, really, with the ghosts, where it's down at the port, and the Titanic is in the port, and it's got the huge hole in it, and there's just like all the people filing off, all the ghosts, and it's Cheech Marin, and he's like, yo, and he's like, I think that's the Titanic. He goes, well, better late than never. And it's such a creepy shot of this ghost ship with all these ghosts coming off of it, broken up perfectly by Cheech's delivery of this line of like, better late than never. And also, I'm super glad that they went with that instead of their original idea, which was the Hindenburg.
Jesus.
Oh,
dude.
wow.
I don't know how, like, would it just been like a flaming
I was going to say, everybody
Zeppelin?
Yeah. What was that going to look like?
Wait, but that was the original plan.
I need to Google this.
From Mortal Kombat.
I need to look this up. If there was people on it, like how many people
on the Zeppelin?
on the
On the
Hindenburg?
Hindenburg.
Yeah, there definitely was. It was a
Maybe there's
passenger.
Yeah, I just thought it was that.
Zeppelin.
I thought it was just like
Zeppelins were
docked,
supposed
and
to
they
be
were
like
"Oh."
the next airplane.
Yeah, which is the Ninja Turtles basically had a Zeppelin. I mean, they called it the Turtle Flip, but that thing
Oh
was
man, yeah. Not to give you a little spooky facts, but yeah, 97 people were on board, and 35 of them passed away while they were.
I can't believe anybody lived.
That's crazy, though. I mean, that's a
burst
third
in
of
a
the group.
flame.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all these calls are coming into the police, and they're asking the mayor what to do, and he's like, "Get me the Ghostbusters," and the guy's like,
Yeah, the guy has to tell him that he sent him to the loony bin.
And
They might be hard to find right now. Sorry.
And that's when what's his name suits up.
Dude, Tully's
idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you look
Rick Moranis.
great. He's like, you look great, and then he's like, I was born to wear it.
And I love how he steps out in front of the fire station with the whole getup on, and he's like, "Oh, this is really heavy." And it's a joke because those packs weighed like over 40 pounds apiece.
Yeah.
And the Ghostbusters, especially in the original movie,
They
spend a lot of time in these packs. So when you're filming, it's like 14, 16, or 16-hour days with these 40-pound packs on. And they would always complain, like, dude, this is so heavy. My back is killing me. So he comes out of the thing, he's like, this is really heavy. This is like kind of a shot at it.
He runs to the bus stop to catch up with the Ghostbusters, and Slimer's driving the bus, and he's like, it's you. Okay, but I didn't know you had your license.
Yeah.
On the bus.
All right. Yeah, Slimer's driving the bus. It's brilliant, man.
And he has like the little like bus hat on. And like,
Come on.
And so the Ghostbusters are at the museum, and they realize that they can't penetrate the wall because of all the negative emotions, and they're like, we need everybody like to rally around. We need a symbol. And Ray and
Egon.
Thank you, are staring at a license plate.
It's the license plate on the front of the Ecto-1.
And
Egon says, like, yeah, we need something that symbolizes good and hope. And he looks down and he sees it, and you could see Egon's face change. And then Ray's like, yeah, we do. And he kind of like bumps him, and then you see him look down too, and they kind of, something that represents liberty. And then they all slowly get into it, and they realize they're gonna go and use the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, with the good slime. They sprayed the good slime, the clear slime, to counteract pink slime.
And they're controlling this with the first generation
the NES Advantage.
Let me jump back real quick, because we didn't talk about one of the creepiest scenes in the whole movie.
Jump on.
Where after they go to the museum the second time, and Ray gets kind of possessed, whatever, and they do the funny scenes with Jonas and Vlad. They go back to the firehouse, and they're developing the film in the dark room. And as they're looking at it, Ray starts to get sucked into the picture of Vlad the Carpathian again.
Yeah.
And as they're standing there, all of the pictures and everything burst into flames, just spontaneously combust. And they're like, oh my God, like, let's get the fire extinguisher. And like the fire extinguisher's not working, and the door is locked. And it's just like, it's super creepy when you're a kid, especially watching this movie. Like, that scene's freaky as hell.
Well, the imagery that they pull out, because they found out that there's like an image within an image, and so they're like, there's something weird here. So they run it through some machine
to isolate it.
Yeah, some machine that Egon has developed that like kind of removes, like, I guess, like a layer of reality, because then they put it through, like, it's like a scanner, folks. And they pull it out, and it's this goopy, like, morphed head of Vigo the Carpathian, played brilliantly or minimally by let me look him up here. We had his name out earlier.
His name is Wilhelm von Homburg, who was all I could find was a controversial German boxer / wrestler.
They need a documentary about this guy.
And the craziest thing that we were talking about beforehand was he didn't know that his lines were going to be dubbed by the incredibly famous and amazing Max von Sydow, who, if you look him up, you'd know exactly who he is. Like, his voice is just epic, and he's been in so many things. But
there's no way Vigo was in Die Hard, guys. Vigo was
one of the blonde
bodyguards,
guys.
right?
one of the henchmen in
Yeah,
Die
that
Hard.
makes
Now
sense.
I have to go rewatch Die Hard to be like, hey, it's Vigo the Carpathian.
The mayor is the doctor in the original Ace Ventura. The guy.
Mhm.
Oh yes, yeah.
But so Wilhelm didn't know that his lines were going to be dubbed, and when he got to the premiere is when he found out, and he got up and stormed out of the premiere when he realized that they had dubbed his lines over every single one of them.
I would have been pissed, but I also
if they didn't tell him, they could have just gave him a call.
Yeah, but like,
Like,
hey,
hey,
dude,
bud.
there was a problem with the audio. We had to dub your lines.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah,
lie
it
to
sucked.
him. Lie
It
to
sucked.
him.
Your accent was too heavy. We
Are you
couldn't use
supposed
it.
to lie to me and
Yes.
kiss my butt?
Just lie to him. He's
But
a
they were
voter.
probably worried he was going to kill him. So
Honestly, maybe, yeah, but like
that's why you call. It's hard to kill you through the phone.
he can't do it through the phone. He'll find a way. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Like,
He's
though,
going to be at the premiere with you.
Life finds a way.
Death finds a way too.
but
So
he's such
they
a
kidnap
creepy, great
Dana and the
expressionism.
babies on like the circle altar of candles, and you see like
They're everywhere.
his essence is starting to enter the child, like,
Mhm.
and so that's when they're controlling the Statue of Liberty with an NES advantage, and they're
Mhm.
playing the "Your love
It's lifting me higher.
and they're walking through. It's like a parade.
Mm-hmm.
Liberty's walking through the thing. But how funny is it that the big symbol of American like freedom and like hope and all this stuff is being controlled by the Japanese? Because it's an NES advantage. Like,
NES
Nintendo
controller.
ruled the world in the 1980s. Because
Also
they
with
were
the
like,
Sony Walkman.
yeah. So they get to the museum, and the Statue of Liberty hits the top of the museum with her torch. Just
Yeah.
wham.
Breaks the skylight out.
It was hitting the B button on
Mhm.
the controller, and they propel into the museum. And at
Yeah.
this point, he's become like Dana runs over and yanks the baby, and you hear Vitor scream, but he's
Vigo.
become like Vigo, but he's become like corporeal at this point. Like he has his old body, not his.
Who are you? Who says that? Corporeal.
Corporeal.
What? Hey Siri, what does corporeal mean?
You just gotta shove that doctor
Careful, you're
in
on
our
your
face,
phone.
don't
You may
man?
interrupt us.
I went to college for 7 years. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah.
Oh man, I got my learn on.
No.
So,
So what does corporeal mean, you jackass?
like he's like human again. He's not like a
Okay,
kid,
cool.
like
All
he
right,
has a
cool.
body. And he hits like all the Ghostbusters with like a freeze ray. Like, and
Yeah, dude, he's got. I mean, this guy's been living in a painting for like, and they talk about his history. He was like 198 years old, and he
Yeah.
goes, "Wow,
Really
he had a
hard.
long life," and he goes, "Yeah, and an even harder death." They stabbed him. They set him on fire. They drew and quartered it. Like everything they could do to kill this dude. And he ends up in a painting with the power to come back thanks to a bunch of slime.
That's what he says though. He goes at the end of it, he's like, and right before his head died, he said, "Death is but a window. I'll be back." And it was like, oh
Mhm.
great. Okay.
Yeah.
This,
Wait, did his head just talk? Son of a bitch.
apparently his head doesn't understand physics and where that comes from. So let's just roll with it.
but and as they're fighting him, all the New Yorkers outside start singing "Auld Lang Syne" because it's New Year's,
great.
and the good
Thanks
energy is like,
be for God.
and the good energy is like draining his power. So
Yeah.
And then to stall for time, Venkman starts insulting him. He's like, "I've met a lot of dumb blondes in my day, but
No,
you
that's right
can't
before
talk
they're
right."
even singing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to stop him from finding the baby that they hid behind the thing, and they had hit him with the power
Positive.
packs, the
Yeah.
proton packs, and that's when he did like the like, "Whoa," and they just fly back, and they're all like being tased almost. It looks like, but they've got like all this negative energy running through them. So excuse me, and they can't move, and Peter is laying there, and he's like, "Peter, you okay?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm great,
I'm great.
that's so much." But then yeah, he like moves his hands, and the stuff that was blocking the baby just slides away, and he picks the baby up, and he starts going to like put himself into the baby, and that's when Peter starts yelling at him to stall him.
You take the taco, buddy. You're coming back, and you came to New York. If you were smart, you'd be living the good life in Southern California.
In Southern California's beautiful San Fernando Valley.
Down in the Baja.
I don't even live in the continental United States.
Baja soda.
From Minnesota to the Baja.
I'm telling you, if you haven't watched that, you got to.
Yeah, he's the best villain, so they play it out. They're pushing through and getting to credits with it because it is pretty quick how it's just like, oh, and then Tully shows up. Ray gets possessed for a minute.
Yeah, the singing stops him and he goes back into the painting.
Yeah,
but he's
he stares at Ray.
He's like freaking out in the painting, and then Ray gets too close, I guess, and it morphs him into the weird ugly head face.
Yeah, it's his dying.
That you see in when they take the layer off and everything, and he looks all gross and everything.
Got like two giant pimples on his head is what he is. Like two radars.
And then Ray turns around and he looks just like him, and it's like, oh, gross.
Yeah.
And
they hit him with the positive slime.
Yeah, Winston doesn't hesitate, blasts him with the positive slime as they keep shooting the positrons past him into the painting, and it creates a black hole thing and sucks Vigo through it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's where Soundgarden got the line from.
Ooh.
But
that might be a good touch. Need that Soundgarden.
And then Ray is like, oh, I'm so happy. And they also doused
I love you.
Giannis with it too. Yeah, they're like, oh, I love you. Can we be friends or whatever he says? So funny.
Then kind of sounds like Lars from Heavyweights.
Oh yes, and I'm on the body system. But it's kind of a weird ending. About this
is right as they're doing all of this and clearing all the negative energy is when what's his name? Rick Moranis is outside hitting the door with a proton pack, and it disintegrates, and the whole city is like, "Oh my god, you did it!" Like,
yeah, he's a hero.
It's like, I'm a real Ghostbuster. He starts trying to do, but the weird ending part of the part that felt like, all right, we're just trying to figure out how do we put a solid period on this, because this feels like an unopened it. So all the Jello breaks away, which by the way, there's always room for Jello. It breaks away, flies off. Rick Moranis is like, oh yeah, I'm a Ghostbuster, yay! And they then turn and like, hey, this is weird. Come look at this. And instead of Vigo's evil portrait anymore, it's not that.
Yeah,
it's this weird Renaissance version of all of them. And I love Bill Murray's
in togas.
Yeah, and they're in togas and super muscular, and they're in Ray, Peter Venkman's position, and it's this kind of upward point of just sarcastic. I just I could see why that didn't get the full kind of the kind of love and attention that the first one got, because it felt a little unresolved in my opinion. It's okay, but is he coming back? Did we really destroy him? What was also the loss?
That was what Ghostbusters 3 was supposed to be about. We never happened.
Yeah, I guess so. As I would have loved it, because Vigo was such a scary character. I would have loved it if when they redid this Ghostbusters Afterlife in 2021, if that was the case, it was like
Vigo.
Yeah, Vigo's back. Because if it took it all that and his head still stayed alive and he came back somehow in a painting, it would have been great if there was a moment if they just and he got to be a part of the whole movie, rather than we got to the last 20 minutes and that's when he pops out.
I thought that was one of the cooler things about Ghostbusters 2 as compared to the first one, was how Vigo is present even if it's in the painting. He's a creepy figure even when it's just the painting, and Johan, or what's his Janusz is Janusz is interacting with him and everything. In the first one, Gozer just shows up right at the end. The fight Gozer on the top of a building and it's it. It's done.
Well, Sigourney Weaver becomes Gozer for a little while.
Yeah, but the actual bad guy of the movie only really shows up at the end, and David Bowie, shows up at the end from the labyrinth.
Hey, high top, sorry, or a flat top, whatever you call it. Yeah, I agree with that. I could see it's kind of the same formula with it. The real battle starts at the end, because the rest of it was
every movie.
Yeah, but the rest of it was setting up, setting up like, oh, these are the Ghostbusters. This is what they do. This is how like their technology works, and it's done very smartly. And it was so unique of a concept, for a movie that I think was brilliant that way. The other film that I was thinking about, where it was like, okay, who like is X-Men, not Days of Future Past,
First Class?
no, not First Class, the one with oh geez, it starts in Egypt, with the Apocalypse. Thank you.
Apocalypse?
X-Men
Dark
Apocalypse, where
Yeah.
he's throughout the whole thing as this menacing character, kind of building up strength, but it's more present, I guess. He's more like actively like engaging about it, not sending out
Hibernating.
henchmen
Yeah.
for it, like
It's
I
true, except for the fact that nobody cares about that movie.
No, but
So,
even in the
I
but in-
wouldn't roll with that one.
in the comics, say though, because even in
cute.
the good cartoon from the '90s, Apocalypse is like a villain that you're kind of like, did we kill him or did we? Because like he exists outside of time. Like
Well, that's the thing about the most powerful enemies is
Yeah.
like,
did
are
you
they ever
Jesus.
really gone?
It's like Kratos in God of War. Are there more gods that need killing?
Yeah.
I am Gabe.
In fact, I got 3 games. No, how many God of Wars
No,
are there now? They're like
no,
5.
there's like 6. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
there's
gone
like
through
6.
he's gone through 2 pantheons, and the next one he's going to Egypt.
How
So,
many kids?
wow, look out!
Wow. I wonder how many children he's gone through now. And just like, boy.
Yo, that sounds so pedophilic. Let's not.
Well, it's Vigo. I mean,
Vigo, dude.
I
Vigo
wonder how
has
many children
Vigo.
he's gone through now.
yeah.
Like, whoa. All right, that's been Nostalgialand for this week. Thank you guys for joining us.
We never said it's a family show. We never
No,
said this was a
it
family
is not.
show.
If
At
your kids are watching, you better watch first and make sure it's okay with y'all.
Speaking of video games, Janusz actually plays the Mad Hatter in the Batman Arkham games. He's the
crazy.
voice of the
I really
Mad-
like that guy as an actor and like everything he's in. I think he brings something interesting and fun. Like even in Amsterdam Values, he's got a small role, but he delivers in that role.
He's in that show
yeah.
Numbers too, which is like where like
Num-
mathematicians solve crime.
Ooh,
He's good in that show.
I like that. Peter
But
McEnroe.
the Ghostbusters games for the NES suck.
And
They're so bad.
you will be
the only
playing them.
good like older Ghostbusters game is the Genesis one, because they have like they took it in like a different direction. You're like caricatures of the Ghostbusters. You can't play as Winston, which is kind of racist. Whatever. And it's like a side scroller. You go through levels and you try to bust ghosts. But the NES version is so bad because it's just you like either driving in the Ecto one and you have to like buy gas, then you have to like buy proton packs.
Like
You have to like
groceries.
buy energy for the proton packs. It's
Toilet
like,
paper.
oh, cool, man. And then you like it's like an ambiguous amount of time until the Zool building opens up, which that's not even a thing. Like it's supposed to be the Gozer building, but whatever. And then you fight stay-puft and you fight Gozer and the game's over. But the best one, if you're gonna play, came out for the 360 not too long ago, and it's basically like what would happen if the Ghostbusters like remained popular after the first movie. Like you do contracts and then you drive to the new location and you bust ghosts and all that. That game's actually pretty fun.
That's just that. So I think you should play the worst one for us, and we can all dive
Maybe
into
you should
that.
play the best one. You played a lot of the worst one. Maybe we'll give you a break on this one. Then you
All
can
right,
go back to playing
Tyler,
the worst
fine.
one.
I'll play the Genesis one. We'll meet in the middle. I'll play the semi good one.
Now play the really good
semi-best
one
one.
and then play the shitty one.
Before we head out, I want to say, because I think people are going to be really pissed if we don't mention it, because it's one of the more like creepy, eerie scenes in it. When the blackout happens and Janusz has been possessed, he goes to Dana's apartment because he knows he's supposed to get the baby.
I was
And
in the
she's like,
neighborhood.
I was just in the neighborhood. That's what I check in on you. And she's
Would
like,
you like me to
no,
come inside? And she's like,
I'm fine. She's like, okay, I guess see you later. And it's this red, it's the emergency light in the hallway.
Yeah,
And
it's like
he
the exit lighting.
He turns in this super like stiff way, and then his eyes turn into these like spotlights that he like car lights, like LEDs that you see and they blind you on the highway. Sorry, personal vendetta. But yeah, in the way he walks and he's just like kind of scanning the hallway, like and he's just going down that hallway so slowly. That freaked me out as a kid. That still gives me a little bit of chills when I saw it this time too, because I'm like, oh, that was a really good like creepy concept. Just creepy enough that it's still PG, but it's not it's not boring. Certainly not boring. Something else that's lame. Anywho, so if you want to walk us out of here, Tyler?
Thank you very much for joining us again. Happy Halloween in case we don't talk to you before then. I hope you enjoy and stay safe out there. I hope your families get lots of candy.
Lots of candy.
Scare each other, spook each other.
We'll do it.
We may talk. Who knows? We may talk to you because Halloween's a Friday. We may see you. We may talk to you then. But just in case, for whatever reason, we don't. We appreciate you. We want to make this show the best we can for you guys. So comment. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear. We'll be sure to do the stuff you don't want to hear. Check us out on Instagram, Nostalgialand.podcast. Check us out on YouTube. You can watch our ugly mugs talk about this stuff and see all the expressions and watch my light die in the middle of an episode. It's fun. We try to keep it fun. We try to keep it positive and light.
Watch me gain weight over the last 2 years.
Yeah. Some of us got fatter, some of us got skinnier, some of us did both, over the time that we've been here with you. Things change. Things happen. Like today when my laptop took a crap an hour before the show was supposed to start. And that's why if you check out my Instagram, I always try to post that we're going to record with our traditional gripper shot. And it had to come from somebody else's phone because I'm recording on my phone. So it's all complicated. But thank you so much. Until next time.
I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Tyler. Cowbunga.
Wait a second. Let's try that again. I don't know how that happened. Cowabunga?
Cowbunga.